All right, hello. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Cup Chasers podcast. Thanks so much for being here. Manchester City have slept walk through the game versus the West Hammers, who admittedly did play a weakened side. Is it due to injury, due to rest? Who knows? But
Trying to win that cup.
trying to win
Yeah,
the Conference League.
their sole focus has to be on the cup.
Absolutely. Well, let's get the likes up for as many substitutions as West Ham put into the new lineup for the City game. Smash those likes up. Subscribe to the channel and get that notification bell on. What are you telling me, Lewis?
They started really slow, and you could see there was some fatigue there, and I think that's something. It's important for them because I think knowing how to push through games for a team that is looking to advance themselves to safety and that's playing on multiple fronts. It's important because those upstarts are the ones that'll shock you. And I mean, this is an observation I always make. As long as a team stays with City for about 35 minutes, the commentators make that hard switch to say, are they going to do it? And so they immediately did it. It was 35 minutes. They said they've been holding City. City has not scored in 35 minutes. And the thing that's always funny to me is it's that, Debruyne was missing. Gundogan didn't play in the game. So, I mean, while Alvarez was there to be creative, clearly the spirit was missing. And so they were playing a different type of ball. And when the commentators said that, I'm like, but City had like 3 shots on and the keeper just, the keeper was there. So it's not like they weren't doing anything. So it's always interesting to see.
Former Arsenal man in the goal, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and he played well.
Fabianski was decent.
And the thing about it that I thought was really interesting is that you can hear, in one hand, they love the chaos that it would cause for City to lose. You can hear they want that. But at the same time, once City scores, it completely turns around. They're like, are they going to score 10? I'm like, you are the most bipolar, manic people I've ever heard in my life, ever. And it's so weird because they swear that Mr. Guardiola doesn't make adjustments when they know he does. Like this guy.
That man will play 2 different teams in one game. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Well, first of all, he sat Ederson down. And so you got Ortega starting the game, who mind you has not conceded a goal in the FA Cup at all, and I think he conceded
Ortega has a stellar record when he starts.
Taco sauce, let's go.
He's like 10 of 12 games he's won.
Yeah, he's great.
He's only conceded 1 goal, and it was the one game they lost. He's not conceded, and in his first Premier League game, he's not conceded goals at all. And people are like, are they going to push for Ederson because you're looking for controversy? No, Ederson is the starter. We're not pretending, but it makes sense because Ederson made a mistake in the last game. You got to sit him down. It's the same reason that De Bruyne had a stomach issue, and then if you read the line, it said he had a leg issue while he was outside in a trench coat walking around in Chuck Taylors. Like, come on, man.
Crocs.
And then all of a sudden, look who's back in practice because he's tired. Like, these guys play all the time, man. And so, we mentioned it in another segment about just so much playing. But Alvarez, love the guy. Haaland.
What can you say?
Now the all-time, now the greatest scoring season in Premier League history.
Well, the funny thing is while they say that, somebody immediately tried to discredit it, and I'm not going to knock it. They said, well, that's not true because in top flight football, somebody scored 46 or something. And I'm like,
it's actually 63. In 1916, somebody scored 63 goals.
And that's cool if the words Premier League didn't get attached to the title.
Right.
So people are just trying to find every way to discredit, which I love. And I know the players here because you hear it all the time. Like, City didn't have history. That argument has disappeared. Now they spend all the money. Now they spend all the money, but now you're like, oh, well, we can't count net spend, but you can't now. All of a sudden, net spend don't count. So now it's everything to find it not be real, or you're not the first one to be qualified for a treble, or Arsenal still can do it. And I support all of it, because what you're doing, all the haters, is you're saying, hey, you guys, they don't think you're good enough. You brought in a robot, you got a ginger-haired Weaver, and you got the Argentine Spider-Man. Figure it out, right? They don't believe in you. And for a team that won the league a lot of times in the last 10 years, for people to have zero faith in them is beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. You wonder how they're hungry? That. No one gives them credit for anything. If they win the Champions League, the narrative won't be, oh, they're the best team in Europe. No, it'll be they bought it. That'll be the narrative. They'll bought it. So I love that West Ham is still in the European competition. I hope they win. I mean, I root for Premier League teams. It's kind of like that Southern U.S. thing. You root for your conference wherever they are, the SEC, whatever.
SEC, yeah.
And so I'm rooting for West Ham, not against us, because you know my philosophy. I don't root for other teams to lose except when you play us. When you play us, then you got to take the L. But everywhere else, you do what you need to do. I could care less. And so I'm happy with the result. I'm glad that they, Haaland broke the record, and they beat him up a little bit for his guard of honor to recognize, what he's done. And, it's good to see Ake back. Clearly, the hamstring was just something that was.
Talk about a Chelsea nobody that becomes. City's got two. I'm out.
But overall, good game.